Hi guys, and welcome back. This is game 2 on Ohana, ESV Ohana, and in the top left we have the Terran player playing for Team Axiom. His name is Ryung.
And spawning across the map in the bottom right of Ohana, we have the blue Protoss player, EG Huk.
Playing under the name EG Huk RC. That's interesting, he stayed with the RC even though he's got a different account name.
Well, those are just the sponsors for Evil Geniuses. That's Raid Call. They're known for sponsoring the Fnatic teams out of Europe.
But if you're playing on an alternate ID, do you really need your sponsors? I suppose.
I think it's just the sponsors of the... I think Ivoli is also a member of Evil Geniuses.
Oh, so he's just playing on somebody else's account.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we're going to see the standard gateway and a simulator of Huk, unless he does something very unorthodox, which I don't think he's very well known for. When I first got into StarCraft, Huk was known for some very powerful all-ins and timing attacks.
Also, very, very unorthodox play. I think the most famous of it would be his Mothership Rush. He really made this famous back in the days of what was the map where your mains were closer to each other and you had to expand away to your natural and go all the way around these big islands. Is that Desert Oasis, maybe? I don't remember.
I don't even remember that map. I'm thinking
it was one of the original
when you say
maps.
that, I was thinking of Shakuris, but which we also don't see very much of anymore, even though it's still a ladder map.
No, but he would just rush to Mothership. He didn't have a care in the world. This was before he moved to Korea and picked up all the strict training regimens and whatnot from the Korean scene.
Has he moved back since, or is he still in Korea?
He moved back. He's in the EG house now.
Oh, okay. I don't know where any of these player houses actually are.
The EG house is, I think, somewhere in the southwest.
Oh, interesting.
I don't know exactly where. Anyway.
We see the standard play out of both these players, and we're just waiting until the cybernetics core finishes for Huk before we see what really happens. But he does have that vision pylon in the top right for future drop vision. Actually,
we see Ryung deviating a little bit. He's going gasless, and you'll see him expand. There's his command center going down now in his base. Yeah, he's just gonna try to not do what he did the first game, which was mine one base incredibly out. And at the end of that game, he had spent all but one mineral from his main base.
That's pretty damn impressive. We see no chrono boost on this warp gate, so I don't expect any super quick warp prism play out of Huk, and we do see the Nexus falling out right now on the natural. Both of these players are kind of edging for map control with a Stalker and a Zealot coming across the map, but this wall in right here will definitely help Ryung out.
Huk actually has no idea what his opponent is doing so far. He's just now going to scout with that Zealot. He's expecting to see Marines at the top of that ramp as he did last game, and there are none. So he's going to keep going in, checks for the expansion, and now he has no idea.
Oh my god, that Zealot got a shot off on that Marine, even around that supply depot. I did not know that those were close enough for a Zealot to attack. It's very interesting.
One shot away from losing that Marine. Yes, 2 Marines at 5 health. Well, 9. 9 and 5, I guess.
And the Zealot goes back home, but the Stalker stays there. And we see 2 more barracks come out, and this orbital command is yet to move out to the main without these Marines coming in to push out that Stalker. Will he target fire?
He just completely didn't notice it. He was busy doing other things. With good micro, a Stalker can get Marines all day. Like, he just outranges them and has more speed than they do.
Now we see a robotics facility coming down for Huk, but we don't see a Twilight Council yet, so we're not seeing any super massive teching before attacking. I think we'll just see the standard 2 base open up, and then he'll eventually move into a 3rd.
Yeah, he's got 3-gate robo coming down behind this Nexus. He's just gonna try to be safe here, and he's got sentries to defend, and you'll see observers coming out to take stock of the situation and make sure that no Cloak Banshees get in here.
It's a very defensive play from both these players. We see the SCV transition and 3 gases drop for, or a 3rd gas is dropped for Ryung. And the factory is right there too. Right as I say these things, I forget to look up the production tab.
Yeah, this factory is just going to be there to allow him to make a starport. He's not going to use the factory for anything in this game.
So Ryung is also going to go into the Marine Medevac Marauder setup. With only 3 gases, I guess that makes a lot of sense. If he had a 4th one down, then we might see the very rare against Protoss mech play, but we do see an eBay coming out from Ryung in the back of his base, while a small force from Huk moves out from his towards the forward pylon that has been placed down.
You see him actually going stim first, and getting reactors on 2 barracks. He's going to go really Marine heavy in this build.
Ooh, that'll be very interesting. I wonder if Huk will go for the Colossus play, or will he go for Templar play?
Right now you see the robotics bay coming down, so that answers the question. He's going to Colossus.
We'll see how many Vikings come out of Ryung and what Huk will do about that once the Colossus comes out.
Well, the first thing he's going to do is make 2 medevacs at least. He won't be making Vikings right off. Mostly suspected like warp prism play, and Huk isn't really known for his warp prism play.
Now Huk's pylon is not in range to warp in on the high ground, but it is in range to get shot from the high ground, so we're very, very curious. Only 1 upgrade facility for both these players, 1 forge and 1 eBay, but we do see medevacs and marauders coming out for Ryung, and a combat shield finally dropping after stim is finished.
Here's finally starting for Huk, and first Colossus is coming out now. He hasn't started extended thermal lance yet, but he's just going to make sure that he can afford to keep his economy and his production going before he worries about that upgrade.
You see a lot of backed up chrono boost energy from Huk on his main Nexus, so he's finally spending it. There we go.
Yeah, that'll be going towards upgrades.
And a 3rd is dropped for Ryung in the top right.
Here we see a Twilight Council coming down, so he might not even commit to this Colossus play. He could make for a very fast tech switch with this kind of build.
And we see a drop coming from Ryung on the far right, down towards the main.
I think that Twilight Council is actually timed out to get weapons level 2 right when weapons level 1 finish.
And Stalkers are already there to counterbalance this. Did he just have Jedi senses, or what? How did he know that drop was coming? I didn't see any observers there.
The drop, I missed it altogether on the right side?
Yeah. Huk warped in 3 Stalkers right away, and Ryung had to reposition his drop.
He must have seen it with a probe or a pylon or something. I didn't actually look at it.
Oh, he might have seen it with that forward pylon. That's very true. But this is going to be picked up and run out very quickly.
Here you see this game, Ryung is getting the 3rd base before Huk, so he's going to be more focused on economy.
Oh, an almost full medevac is knocked out by Huk's Stalkers on the right, and he's going to catch the other medevac too, and then Ryung is just going to stem home to the safety of his base.
Yeah, his mechanics and his micro really improved by just tremendously in his time in Korea. At one time, he claimed, and no one really disputed it, top 3 micro in the world. Although now that things have changed quite a bit.
Now we see Huk taking map control since Ryung's drop play was shut down so vehemently, and the forward pylon is being used to warp in a number of zealots. It looks like it's going to be a push. Oh, Vikings are already out to take out that Colossus. Enough, 4 of them.
Yeah, but here we see Huk has effectively baited the Vikings. He made that 1 Colossus with that eBay, or with that robotics bay, and he didn't even bother upgrading him. He just switched straight into the Templar tech.
Oh yeah, he does have Templar. How many does he have right now? He has 1 Templar.
He doesn't have Storm yet, but he'll just be making Archons with him for now. And he might actually double bait. Oh, there he got Storm. As now the Ghost Academy has finished, and Mobius Reactor is researching right now to get those ghosts more energy, so they can EMP that out.
And so they have those extra snipes. With only 1 Templar at a time, if you're able to catch them at a time, it's much more efficient to snipe them and to EMP and then snipe.
Oh, he's going to be using the EMPs at this point to weaken the shields on the army.
Especially
and also
on
get
those
rid of the
zealots.
sentry energy. Zealots are susceptible to snipe as well, actually. Also, ghosts, their basic attack does plus damage to late units. So, in a super late gameplay, you will see Terrans go from Marine Marauder into just straight Ghost Marauder. So switching Ghost is in for the Marines to take out the Zealots faster with just basic attacks. And here's the Scouting Factory flying over the third base for Huck. He's gonna get, well, that Colossus can't attack a factory that's flying. I don't know what that was. Like, it was just a misclick on his hotkeys.
Ryung has such a much better income since he's started to spin up for about a minute now, and he's finally spotted that forward pylon. But he's spending his money so well and keeping himself unsupply blocked that he's going to max out, I think, before maybe even before this attack.
The scary thing is it's going to be this upgrade advantage here. His 2-2 is half done, and Huck is just finishing armor level 2.
Terran ship weapons coming in for Ryung. These Vikings will take out the Colossi even quicker. What do you think of, in Heart of the Swarm, the ground and ship weapons being combined into vehicle weapons for upgrades?
Is that how it works? I thought they were just making one level of each instead of having 3.
I might have misread that. We do see a bit of a confrontation. These very hard stem.
For some reason he left the Ghost
and
alive.
a storm on. I think Ryung might have overextended just the slightest bit there, but he didn't lose super much from it.
That storm just deterred him. You see there's no shields on anything right now.
And
so
another
Huck is just
forward
going to back off
pylon.
and wait for his shields to refill. He's going to try to flank a little bit or just do a counterattack with these Zealots. It's going to be in a counterattack, it looks like.
Oh, these Zealots just give a ridiculous concave with that charge. And Ryung is losing quite a bit. But he will lose that Miss Micro Colossus. Oh, wow.
I think he was just, I don't know what he was doing. He was trying to bait units into storm them, or, gosh, you can see all that Viking production is really low. The amount of medevacs in this army is all orange and red.
Yeah, and these Zealots are just a couple swipes and the Marines are gone. Look at that, the army supply is evening up. And
that was a really good force field there.
Right now.
Here we see him landing the useless Vikings to fight against Archons, and that never seems to work well. Here we see some really good force fields to isolate this third base, and he's going to kill it before it has a chance to get out of there, and he does it back off before finishing off the fourth commencement that was being built there.
Wow, Huck was able to plant 2 pylons behind all of that and warp in 12 Zealots to deal with all these extra Vikings, but that force field is actually hurting him more than it's helping right now.
Well, if he wants, he can step on it with the Archon that's right next to it. So he wanted the force field there.
Oh, true. Now Ryung has got to take a number of seconds to heal up his army and let these medevacs recharge.
Here we see all of the SCVs coming down to resume mining as his minerals are really floating low here. He's currently only producing 3 Marauders at a time. So, as you can see, he's starting to be strapped for cash here. And here the tech switches come yet again, and Huck is starting to make Colossus once again. I don't know if he's going to commit to it. We'll see if he goes into Thermal Lance or not, or if he just is content to go back and forth to just make sure that the Terran army is at least a little bit diversified. I think what he wants is to force Vikings so he doesn't remake medevacs.
I think he needs to repair these medevacs, but he does have +3 Terran weapons coming in with extra ghosts to help snipe and take out this mass number of Zealots. Did Huck bring any observers in with that army? I didn't see.
The scariest part of this army right now is the huge number of Archons, and you can see him defending that third base. It just has a very good spread. This is another thing you saw him pick up when he was spending all of his time in Korea. Just the spread in the front of his base to reduce the possibility of everything having the shield stripped off in like 2 EMPs.
Yeah, that is one major problem with the death ball. You see a lot of rookies can get EMP'd, all of them at the same time.
Yeah, where you have 3 EMPs, just take out all of your shields, and that's so devastating, especially against these Archons.
when I was watching the Heart of the Swarm show match play at NASL4 this weekend, we saw Golden actually fall prey to that just double EMP on a death ball when they were fighting for the Zelnaga tower in the middle. But now Ryung is pulling back a little bit and respreading his own forces, and he's got 5 ghosts up here to do some EMPs on. Oh, there's 1 drop, 2 drops, 3 drops right now, and Ryung is just tearing through Huks right now with a supply difference of about 20. And these Colossi are making up that damage very quickly.
This splash damage from the Archons and Colossus is going to kick in a hurry, and it's just going to tear things apart here. We see it ended up being a very close fight, and here we once again see the strength of Marauders. They just kill everything. And yet,
5
2
medevacs
Colossus survive with these medevacs trying to kill it. Oh, reinforcements are going to kill off this Colossus before it can get away.
We see a number of Zealots warped in by Huk, and he's going to attack this 3rd base, but I think the sheer EMP, and I wish he would cloak that ghost, but I don't know if he researched it. No, he didn't. So just Marauders against Zealots right now, and they don't elect to do damage against the Harvesters of Ryung's 3rd base.
He's going to try to run away, but that cuts
the mule block.
What is
the
this?
mule block.
I've never seen that.
I've actually only seen that
incredible.
against incoming Ultralisks. I've never seen that as essentially a Terran force field. But that is a ton of Archons here.
No, he just sends his mules happily to work over into 3rd. That was incredible.
Awesome.
I didn't even think of that.
Oh, I'm glad I chose this game. We have Zealot Archon coming in for Huk right now, and these very low medevacs could be susceptible to the splash damage of Archons right away, because even his most energetic medevacs are the ones that are on the lowest health.
You run into that problem when you're trying to retreat as a Terran army. This is when the Zealot Archon composition became really strong, is they would kill the units and they'd be trying to run away, and the medevacs would be all stacked up on top of each other, and Archons would just be taking chunks of their health off of their AoE damage. This army, it looks like it's a lot stronger for Ryung right now, just in composition.
And in sheer numbers.
Huk doesn't have the minerals to support reinforcing this. Like, I almost would be surprised to see him try to make sentries or something. But
the EMPs take out, just melt the Archons, and this whole setup is just demolished in a matter of seconds. This forward pylon is going to be knocked out, and Ryung, I think, is just going to run across the map to the 3rd base, because he is now up 60 supply to Huk's 70, or up 60 supply more than Huk's 70 supply, and he's dropping a 4th base where Huk doesn't have the money to drop a 4th, with a single Colossus running back home.
At this point, Huk is just kind of reeling, he's going to try to make a stand somewhere. He's got a bunch of Templar, and none of them have energy to storm right now, but
so he's
saving up, about to be on 6 size storms. That'll be strong for defense if he can avoid EMPs, but at the same time, he doesn't have anything to follow it up with.
The massive amount of mules dropped on Ryung's new 4th will net him enough money to max, I think, very quickly. And this huge batch of Marauders is coming in to do some heavy damage to Huk. Although it looks like Huk is trying to flank, his forces are spread out very ungainly right now.
He was just putting those probes to some use. They were doing literally nothing where they were, so he just went to long distance mine with them. This is going to be a last stand for Huk here. He is Templar gets 1 storm on.
It's 12 ghosts just melting the Zealots. And the GG.
This army has no chance.
And GG from Huk. And that's game 2. It is tied 1-1. We're going to move right into game 3 in just a second. So we'll see you soon. Cut. Wow, Huk got manhandled in that last fight.
Oh, this is an 8-minute game, but I don't have time. I gotta do my work. I have 10 minutes before I have to go home.
Okay. Alright, bro.
We can do it when I get home if you want to hold on for like, oh, what will be like 45 minutes or so, I'd say.
No, we'll do it tomorrow.
Yeah, that's fine too.
Alright, man. That was fun. I got
Awesome.
my 2 BO3s that I can cut up today and upload tonight, so...
You've reached your goals.
Yes.
That's what we're all about, reaching goals.
Yep. That's what keeps things moving. If you don't set goals, then nothing happens. I'll catch you tomorrow, good buddy.
Alright, you have yourself a good night.
Thanks, man. That was fun.
See ya.